The first half of 2017 saw KOC and BP begin work on a joint roadmap outlining how they will work together to prepare the giant Burgan field for its next phase of development.
60 or 70% of my time is to bring the teams together. Because a long time ago we said we are a team, not anymore BP and KOC. And to show our people we are serious about it, the last 3 months I'm trying to break the ice between the PP and KOC. Now because we're starting first year, the production matter for us, but now how are we going to sustain this production? So the team, they're going to give us an options from which reservoir we're going to produce, keeping in mind to maximize oil production and minimize the cost.
We will work with KOC to help them make wise decisions, effective decisions around optimization across the whole field, optimization of the production, and making decisions that will sustain the growth of Burgan for decades to come.
Over the last few months, the Enhanced Technical Services Agreement team has focused its efforts in 2 key areas. The first is to gain deeper understanding of Burgan, and the second is to identify the most efficient organization to ensure application of the right skills, manpower and technologies.
They expect from us to operate the field as if it was our own, which was a great license for us to kind of bring all our tools, all our technology to Burgan and to actually behave as if it was ours and help them develop the field in the most efficient and cost-effective way.
Where we are focusing right now in Burgan is bringing some of our very basic field management practices, and alongside that we are also bringing EOR technology capability into the Middle East. And BP is actually a leader in low-cost EOR, so that will benefit the Burgan asset as we go beyond the improvements in the base and start tapping into the newer reservoirs and improve water flood performance and EOR.
During the first quarter of 2017, KOC and BP employees participated in several workshops to explore ways of improving Burgan's productivity through the application of new methodologies and cutting-edge technology. In March, a team of BP specialists visited KOC and presented BP's enhanced oil recovery expertise. Economics and techniques were key discussion points.
What I think we get out of this workshop is communication about what we expect and what KOC expect from all this work. With that, then, we can cooperate better as a one team and understand the strengths of both companies. Basically, BP provides the intellectual property of how things can be done, and the KOC bring in the operational excellence.
Production optimization is key for Burgan's growth.
Delivering production jointly with Kuwait Oil Company is very important for Burgan. We need to do it in a very cost-effective way through driving efficiency, optimizing the network to sustain 1.7 at the lowest cost base, and that's important for Kuwait as a country.
Together, the BP and KOC teams have identified hundreds of options to add extra production. Now, not only does this help give confidence that the Southeast Kuwait team can meet its production targets, but we hope that it may allow KOC to make different decisions in the future. Maybe to meet the long-term production targets, maybe less capital would be needed, maybe different choices could be made.
I think the next step would be how you can jointly work out, well actually, can you reduce the capital expenditure on Burgan, reduce the cost expenditure on Burgan, so the whole field becomes more effective. So you're still producing the same, but it's costing you less money to do it.
Here at GC10, 1 out of 14 gathering stations, the ETSA team is meeting with operators and technicians.
What we have done is to bring a process on which in a matter of 12, 13 months, we review every single well and the whole production system. In addition to that, we have created a structured approach which is integrating the different aspects, which is the reservoir, the condition of the wells, and what is the situation of the facility receiving the fluids coming from the wells.
The main success factor of this unit is the integration between the 3 different groups or teams. One of them is field development in Southeast Kuwait, and the well surveillance, as well as the production operation team. So they get together and they work as one team, one spirit. They do collect all the opportunities on a daily basis to reactivate, for example, the CP wells and all the active options for Southeast Kuwait.
Well intervention is another important activity for the ETSA team. Improving productivity from existing wells not only delivers extra barrels, but brings cost savings to the drilling program.
My main focus is rigless. It's much more cost effective than the rig work, and there's a lot of opportunities using slick line and electric line and coil tubing plus pumping to go into the existing well bores and work on reducing water cut and increasing production. And then we did some field visits to vet the improvement and do some training with KOC personnel to improve the understandings.
On a daily basis, KOC and BP engineers work side by side, learning from each other's expertise and experience.
We're often talk about all the technical plans. We talk about production optimization. We talk about area development plans. We talk about how we can increase production by doing various things. But none of this works unless it is actually about how people work together and ultimately how joint decisions are taken.
BP recently organized an upstream learning fair in Muscat, Oman. Here, teams from different functions showcase BP's technology expertise and its learning offer to visitors from across the region. A delegation from Kuwait Oil Company also traveled to Muscat to learn more about BP's technology and people development capability.
With the system of BP, I think they connected all the dots. They connected all the venues of training into one platform where it is easy to track and to develop each individual employee of BP.
To be honest, I came from operation background, from wellhead, which is surface, up to the exports from facilities. We have some issues to monitor our performance where we think that the technology will be a part of it. Part of it that we have to see the 3D modeling, visualizations, all of these things.
I'm trusting really to take most of what I saw today in Oman back to Kuwait, and I wish by next year we will have a similar event in Kuwait where we see Kuwaitis are really benefiting from this opportunity.
Throughout the first quarter of 2017, BP continued its recruitment campaign for Kuwait.
People are very interested in Kuwait, and you can imagine by the number of people who applied for the roles. We posted 12 roles and around 75 people applied for these 12 roles, so it was a big competition.
To date, 17 experts from across the BP global organization have joined the Burgan team in Kuwait. By the end of 2017, the team is expected to comprise 40 secondees.
We have over the last couple of years invested really heavily in modernising our learning infrastructure and the learning programs that we have to offer our people. And I know that's something that's very relevant for the work that we're doing with KOC too.
– 2017 will be a significant year for the ETSA team. By year end, both KOC and BP will have a better understanding of how both companies can help each other to make Burgan a continuing success for Kuwait.
This year has a different, unique flavor because we are setting the scene for future. A unique collaboration between KOC and BP that will be giving out the ultimate outcome for this kind of integration. This unique collaboration will be looking at KOC understanding their business needs and BP providing their expertise. And in this joint effort, they will be both focusing on production excellency, efficiency, and most important, focusing on the talent and the knowledge transfer, which for me is the biggest element that we need to develop.
Significant efforts will be made to enable greater integration across the organization.
The key challenge I expect would be the team stepping out of their comfort zone and reaching into the wider KOC organization, whether it's the wells, the projects, and other functions within KOC.
With the right options and scenarios and the behavior has to be changed, and the integration is not optional now, it is a mandatory. Integration within the directorate, the feed development, operation, support, and second, outside the directorate, which is the drilling and the major project.
Integration is key, delivered through open communication, trust, and new ways of doing things and working together. And that could be achieved with strong teams on the ground looking at Burgan holistically. And I believe KOC and BP has the expertise and the know-how to deliver that for the next 10 years.